fast. First of all, I want to say if you haven't, make sure and you watch it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Check out my other lives, my other videos. Fellas, I'm here to give you some advice, some life advice if I can. And also, let's have a conversation. Let's try to see what we could do to help each other out. Also, too, have me on SoundCloud, listen to some of my mix. So let me know what you think. The more you like, the more I play. The more I play, the more you get, and so on and so on. But I just wanted to do a live while this was fresh on my mind. Sorry if you're catching this late. It's a spur of the moment kind of thing. It's not something I wanted to do ahead of time, but I just wanted to say it while it's fresh in my mind. This is the hypocrisy is real part two. I think I did a part one a few weeks ago about another topic, but I want to do another one today and talk about it. So um, I see a lot of things being said one way. This is probably gonna be an ongoing thing, man. I might do like a series on this. I'm trying to eventually get to a point where I do like more professional kind of made lives and stuff like that. But I gotta get my place together. I got some of the stuff together. I've been really busy, been running around, ripping and running, so I haven't really got a chance to really like handle a lot of things to get stuff situated. So this is the best I can do for now. Excuse me. But anyway, I just wanted to say the hypocrisy is real, man. The things women in particular, I'm sorry to say, they're some of the most hypocritical creatures on earth, boy. I love them, but they're very hypocritical, and it's sad. And in today's society, especially in America, where we're told to be equal, and which is fine. I have gender equality. I have no problem with a lot of that. My thing is we as men are always held to a certain expectation with our words and what we say and what we do, but yet um, when women are held to that same level, it's a problem, and it could be frustrating, it could be irritating. That's why it's better to talk about it as a community, so we see what how both sides feel, and then maybe at some point we can address it. But if you don't speak about it, then how can things ever expect to change? And I respect everybody's opinion. You might agree, you might disagree. That's fine. But the point is, I just want to talk about it. Consistency. I don't know if I touched on it, but I'm gonna touch on it again. I'm gonna touch on something else. Consistency. Women will say, "Oh, I want a man who's consistent. I want a man that's consistent. I want a man that's consistent." Blah blah blah. All this stuff about consistency, and I respect it. I agree. I like a woman who's consistent, meaning she's the same way. Uh, Now as if we're on good terms versus later. And I get it. Women are emotional creatures. They're up and down. They're left and right. They sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they mad. Sometimes they upset. But it is what it is. That's the women. Men are more, in my opinion, more consistent. Especially, we'll show you as a man from my experiences consistency to women we like. So meaning we'll call, we'll text, we'll call back, will do things. Now can that change over time, in a sense, if she's changing, or if the guy is on bad, looking for something bad, well, what the woman would view as bad, let's say it like that, in terms of he's trying to get something, so he's trying to get the poo-tang. So once you get the poo-tang, then of course is how he was at the beginning might change, or he sees stuff within the woman and he might change, right? Fair enough. That's part of the game sometimes. Women and men play these games sometimes. There's men that will just try to manipulate just to get what they can, and then they're done. The point is being, women do the same thing. Women do the same exact thing. So there's nothing to complain about, to say they want, oh, we want consistent. You ever ask women or see what women say these days? And I see some comments there. I'm rambling, or not rambling. I'm talking. I could address it in a second. Just you be patient. But you got women that will say that when you ask, oh, what do you expect from a man? Because most time they don't know what the hell they want. They just regurgitate and repeating each other's sentiments or statements. Anyway, consistency will typically come up. I want a man who's consistent. Okay, so you get a man that's consistent, then what? You get bored. As a woman, you get bored. Oh, then he won't be consistent no more, right? So it's hypocrisy. So I don't understand that statement. Then consistency has so many variables to it. Consistency in what way? What this? If you call a girl too much, that you as a man saying I'm being consistent, she's gonna say you're being annoying. Hypocrisy. You text a girl too much, you just think you're showing consistency. You're trying to communicate with her. She gonna get annoyed and da da da. So when women use that word consistency, it's a very I laugh. It's silly because I personally know and feel most guys that are genuine are gonna pursue, even if they over pursue, they're pursuing. That's a form of consistency. They're trying. They want to get to a certain point with the woman, maybe faster than she wants, which is fine. Hey, she could say slow down, not ready yet, blah blah blah. We gotta get there at some point. Or hey, even better, save everybody's time. I'm not interested. Can you please stop messing? That's even better. Just be straightforward. But are women generally like that? No, they'll like just ignore your text or your phone call, and then you as a man is supposed to just say, okay, she's not interested. So then these women will then go in the same women you try to call and text and reach out to complain about men are not consistent will then do this to men. So very hypocritical if you ask me. Very hypocritical. So men will try, but if women don't reciprocate, it's not gonna go nowhere with decent men. Now, a bad man can still try, and not get nowhere if she just stops him. But the point is, for women to say this is hypocritical in my book. Consistency. If you want to be, you want consistency while in a relationship. That's one thing. Okay, while in a relationship, you want a partner that's consistent. When you met them, they were the same way as you liked them when they were in a relationship. That's more than healthy to say, but they just say consistency. They don't put no variables to it. They just say consistency. Very. But this is what they say is even before they get in a relationship. Men aren't consistent. Women are not consistent, man. If you want to be technical, and I don't date men, but I know how men operate and I know how women operate. 9 times out of 10, if you had to compare who's more consistent, it's going to be the men. Like I said, we're the callers, we're the texters, we're the pursuers, we're the aggressors. 9 times out of 10, even with all the gender roles that are in America, where everybody's equal, you still have women that want to be traditional and want to be quote unquote pursued. So we're the ones doing the consistent chasing. They're not most of the time not doing the chasing or pursuing. So when if you really want to break down who's the consistent one, it's the men. So or the not consistent one, it's the women. Women and this is fine. I'm not saying they're right or wrong 100%. It's just a complaining about the word consistency. Women will give you their number. They'll text maybe, or they'll call maybe randomly, or they won't respond. They're all over the place. The flake rate out of the roof, and you have to be lying to me to tell me that women or are more consistent when setting dates and sticking to a date. Men are. Meaning if I say we're gonna hang out on Friday at 9 p.m. with 10 girls, and not every that same one Friday, but 9 Fridays in a row. 9 times out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, he's gonna go to every date that he set up. Those women though in reverse are gonna flake. If you have 10, that woman can have 10 dates set up, she gonna flake on about 7 out of the 10. For whatever reason, she gonna flake on 7. So that's consistency. That's a lack of consistency that women have. That's a lot. That's why it's like, if you're in my book, if you're being consistent, that means you're a person of your word. What you say is what you do. You reciprocate stuff. You don't just make plans just to make plans and then don't follow through with them. You don't take somebody's number and ignore them. Don't call them back. Don't respond to texts. I get it. You're not interested. You probably, as a woman, you probably just took it to get this person out your face. You didn't mean. That's fine, but this all adds to the lack of consistency. Even if you did see that person, you was engaged, and then after the date, you maybe lost interest. That's fine. I respect that, but you should be upfront with the man and say, yeah, I'm not interested. I think we should date other people, and that is fine. So now you don't have that issue of being looked at as inconsistent. You're consistent. You reciprocated up until that date. After the date, you didn't feel any more attraction. Any other time was necessary to hang out with this guy, and that's fine. That's within your rate. But you have women these days that are so all over the place. You'll try to call or text, no response. Then they have you on Instagram or something, and they see your story. Oh, they'll comment. Oh, and they try to talk to you again, and maybe y'all might start talking again, and then it goes back to inconsistent. So they have. If you want to talk about, they women have a history of being inconsistent. That's their consistency, being inconsistent, being all over the place. And that's women. That's fine. They that's how they are. They hot and cold. They're like cats. You know what I'm saying? Like hot and cold. Or yeah, then that's fine. I respect it. I'm not here to say that that's wrong. But for them to use that as men aren't is just silly to me. Most women don't even know what they want to eat. They might want to eat one thing at one time, and then an hour later want to change their mind up to something else they want to eat, or they want to do this at one time. They're all over the place. They're the prototype of inconsistency. So that when they say they want a man that's consistent, I'll just be like, no, you don't. You just repeating what some woman said that you idolize or you think is cool, and or you have nothing else better to say because you don't know really what you want in a man that's like articulate or like really reflects the type of man that you want. So you just thinking of something you could just consistency. No, because when a man are consistent, women aren't reciprocating it. I of all the women I've talked to in my life, there's about a handful I could tell you that responded promptly, called back. And these days it's getting worse and worse. When I was younger, it was a lot better, a lot easier to communicate with them. Maybe there's less distractions. Now there's so much distraction as you gotten older. Maybe you got the kids, you got the job, you got all the other men tugging at you. Got social media. I get it. I respect it. Hey, but if you can't be respectful of a person's time, like that is something you have to say. Like, hey, I'm very busy. Or even if you even try, and this is another issue I'm noticing happening when you try to really even connect with a woman. You try to even set them down. Hey, when are you free? Just silence. So what I'm trying to do is set a time frame where we could talk. That you have time, I have time. So there's no over texting, over calling. But maybe women like these days want that. They want their phone to be lighting up so they could reject the call. Ooh, girl, look at this man. He calling me all these times. Maybe that's what they want to do. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're looking for, and maybe they're getting it. I don't know. God bless them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be the hey, what's going on? Every day, every five calling. If I have to do that, that means you're just not interested. Move on. Again, women I know are not confrontational most of the time with men, especially men they don't know what it just meant. Their way of saying no is nothing. It's silence, radio silence. They're not interested in silence. That's a woman's way of saying no most of the time. Nine times out of ten, that's a woman's way of saying no, thank you. Is silence. They rather than being upfront, hey, yeah, I'm not interested. They don't want to. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to, or maybe they want to string you along and see what happens with this guy, and then just hope that you will just, be patient, and you never know. Maybe you'll pop up a few weeks later when she's more available mentally or physically, and then maybe she'll respond then. So timing is everything, but that's another video with women. But I just want to mention that part about hypocrisy. The other hypocrisy I want to talk about today, and then this is gonna be the last one of this part two, and then part three will be out soon. Another part that I want to talk about is treatment. You will have women that will treat. I think I spoke about this already. That's the funny thing. It might be in another video, but I'm gonna say it again anyway, just in case. But I see that we have women women from one race that will treat men from other races better than the men within their own race, and it's really hypocritical. Meaning the things, the talking points. I'm just gonna use an example. Black men say that we want black women to be, they will be that for another race of men, which is like, why would you not just be that woman for the man within your community? And it's strange to me. It's very hypocritical, very hypocritical. So, meaning you're willing to do it, but only for somebody who I guess you feel is a better catch. From my observation, most, if not all, demographic of women enjoy black men. I can't speak for the reverse, although I like black women that have certain traits and qualities. Yes, other ones, no, no, and that goes for any race, But yeah, so it's just, but you now see these type of women will be the ideal woman for another one, but won't be that one for a man. A decent guy, nice guy, might have his stuff together for the most part. Just maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not 6'5". Maybe he doesn't drive a Lexus. Maybe he doesn't drive BMW. And but these other ones aren't doing all that stuff. But they will still treat them and hold them or have them on a pedestal, which is strange to me. Very hypocritical. And then you want all of this from us, but you don't require that from them. Very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. I struggle with hypocrisy within this world at times. I see one thing being said, another thing being done. It's strange to me. I am a straight shooter, meaning I treat pretty much everybody the same. Yeah, when I was younger, did I maybe idolize or pedestalize certain women over other? But that's how it goes sometimes. When you're young, you don't know no better. That's what you do. But in essence, in reality, as you get older, as you mature, as you understand, it's best to treat them all the same. Not bad, just the same. That's the best. But I know it's hard. As a man, it's hard when you have if you're in proximity to a very attractive woman and she's actually giving you attention for the first time in your life that you never get from a woman of this caliber. You're gonna try to pedestalize her and overdo it. Could it work? Maybe, but most of the time they probably just use you and take what they can get and then move on and do it to the next guy. Most times, but because from my experiences also, the more attractive, the more maintenance. So you just always be wary of that. Yeah, could there be very attractive women with low maintenance? They're out there, but it's hard to find them, and that's in America. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in America, very hard. Not say you should date a very unattractive girl, but those that have a very good self awareness and not trying to use and abuse a man are typically better to deal with than those that either have blown ego, like a big ego, or are very beautiful. Then you just understand what you're getting involved with if you want to go down that path with them. So what you get into as a man is on you at that point from here on out. Little side story before I go. I'm gonna end this live. Little side story. Dealing with a girl for a little while now. I deal with these type of women some, and this is women sometimes, especially women that need therapy, need some type of help that they don't get. They have a lot of trauma that they haven't dealt with. You'll see, at first they'll be great, but once that trauma kick in, it's like a night switch, and they will just be a nightmare to deal with. And they could get you in all types of. This hasn't happened to me while I'm in legal trouble, but they'll get you all types of trouble. They will try to be combative. They'll try to shame you. They'll try to belittle you. They'll try to uh, trigger you to want to do something to them. You gotta be careful with these type of women, fellas. You gotta be careful, boy, because they will get you in trouble, trouble, trouble. If you're not strong enough to deal with it, you gotta see it when you peep game when it happen. try to manage the situation as best you can and remove yourself as soon as possible. Just distance yourself because that woman, she got issues, and she sees that you don't have the issues, but she wants you to have them, and you to be the cause of why she's upset. And or like example, you feed into it and you say, you curse her out or you put your hands on her, she gonna flip it on you. You're the bad guy, you're the evil one. She gonna be the victim versus she was the one that started a lot of everything. She was, triggering you, trying to push your buttons and test you. And so women, these types of women will do that. Just please be careful when you see that. Run the other way. Notice signs. I would say another trick. Notice warning signs. Nobody else want to be with her. She's having problems with a lot of other people. Don't you dare think that she gonna be different with you. That's maybe at first she will. So meaning you get what you can get and get the F on. The longer you stay, at some point it's gonna be you next. It's gonna be you. That's gonna be in that. You're gonna be the target. So you're gonna be the one that she then starts attacking and stuff. You don't want to be that person, man. You want to be far away from these type of people. Yeah, some people might say these are narcissistic people. Maybe. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose a narcissistic person or not fully, but that they're out there. And this is again hypocrisy. Women will never hold at large. There's more coming up, which is great. But anyway, at large, women will never hold each other accountable. Meaning, like I said, if something goes left, you curse the girl out, you put your hands on her, you do anything abusive, regardless of how it started, they're gonna look at you because you're the man as the bad guy. They'll never say to her, "Well, you shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have said this." They'll never say anything to that woman, but just coddle her and support. While you in jail or whatever, you gonna be the bad guy, and you're gonna always have that stain on your record for life. They'll never let you live that down. And so just be careful with that, fellas. If you're watching this, be careful. These women are out there. Just try to always meet, and I know I'm just about hypocrisy. Try to always meet women from a quality place, quality upbringing. If she's not from that type of upbringing, be very mindful. Just get what you can get and get going. If I'm sorry to say, ladies, men need to do what you do to us. Women like I'm describing, ghost them. Don't talk to them. Don't respond to their texts. Don't respond to their phone calls. Block them if you have to. I had to block a few like this. Block them. They start saying some demonic stuff. Block. You try to hey, be nice, and they still being nasty. Block. Get them out. And then these will be the same women that will complain about men and go on social media and say, yeah, nasty things out there. And then they're not like anybody to be shaming or talking down on themselves if they act like this. But these women need a lot of help, a lot of therapy. You cannot fix them. You cannot change them. Don't try. Just when you peep it, distance yourself. That's the best advice I give you to close out this video. Anyway, though, I see there are some comments, but this was just to talk. It wasn't to really read off comments and have a discussion. We could do that another time. If you like the content, please like and share and comment below. We could do this more often, have some discussions. I'm just here to give game, not here to and call out the foolishness as I see it and I experience it. I experienced so much in my years on this earth, and I could just give you guys some advice. Am I perfect? Do I know everything? No, but I know a lot. I've been through a lot, so I could always share and tell you guys some things that maybe can help you avoid repeating my mistakes. So it's not easy, but we can help each other. But anyway, though, I'm gonna end this. Please like I said, like, comment, subscribe. This your boy DJ 2K Nitro. I'm out in another live. Be safe. Peace.